Imagine living in a country where a black person could be killed for anything, or for nothing at all. Blacks in this so-called land of liberty were not killed for crimes committed, but for the simple act of standing, speaking, asking, for existing. During the Jim Crow era, hell, since blacks were brought to the Americas, thousands of black people were murdered with no trial, no evidence, and no consequences. White supremacy wasn't just a belief. It was a license to kill. What follows are 3 stories of black men murdered for what whites of the era called infractions. In 1948, in New Bainbridge, Georgia, Hollis Riles, a black man who owned land, asked a group of white men to stop fishing on his property without permission. That was all. He defended his own land, and for that, they shot him dead. In Jim Crow America, black land ownership was a threat. Black self-respect was defiance. And black resistance, no matter how polite, could be punished with death. His killers walked free. No arrest, no charges, no trial. Another man died for something even simpler. He asked for a drink of water. In 1935, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 37-year-old Ruben Stacy approached the home of a white woman, Marion Jones. He asked for water. She gave it to him, and he left peacefully. But a white neighbor saw a black man at a white woman's porch, and that was enough. When deputies arrived, they found no crime, no threat, no complaint. But in the Jim Crow South, a black man didn't need to break a law to be arrested. He only needed to be seen. After his arrest, the sheriff invented a story, claiming Stacy frightened the woman with a penknife. Ms. Jones never said that. Witnesses never saw it. It appeared only after the lynching, when white officials needed a justification. When rumors spread of a mob forming, deputies claimed they were protecting Stacy by transporting him to Miami. 6 deputies placed him in a car. But instead of taking him to safety, they took him to a pine tree. One deputy dragged him out. Another ripped a clothesline wire and looped it around his neck. They hoisted him until his spine snapped. Then they handed pistols to white spectators, men, women, even children. 17 bullets tore through his body. 6 deputies, 30 witnesses, no consequences. If you think that story was as bad as it gets, Frazier B. Baker, a black school teacher, became postmaster of Lake City, South Carolina. White residents lost their collective minds. Petitions, threats, vandalism. Federal officials quietly debated replacing him to calm tensions. But Baker refused. He would not surrender a federal appointment simply because white people demanded it. On February 22nd, 1898, a mob surrounded the Baker home, which doubled as the post office, and set it ablaze. As the family tried to escape, gunfire erupted. 2-year-old Julia Baker was killed in her mother's arms. Frazier Baker was shot the moment he stepped outside. 5 children survived, burned, bleeding, traumatized, as their attackers vanished into the night. The murders sparked national outrage. The federal government intervened. A grand jury indicted 11 white men, a rare moment of hope. But in court, witnesses conveniently forgot what they saw. Jurors refused to convict. The case collapsed into a hung jury. No convictions, no accountability. Lynching became an immutable part of Southern life, a ritual of racial terror disguised as justice. White communities claimed lynching was necessary to stop dangerous black behavior. But the truth was simple. Lynching wasn't about crime. It wasn't about safety. It was about control, white dominance, and reminding black people that their lives could be taken at any moment without consequence. They don't talk about it. But historically, in America, white people had a license to kill, as long as the victim was black. Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland. Think about that. The next time you see a red capper shout, "Make America Great Again." To learn more, read Dixieland. Tales, stories, and anecdotes of unfiltered Black American history. Available now at Amazon.com.